Yes, sir. All right, lighter's on deck. Lighter is on deck. Let's go. Let's get this thing started. Let's do this live stream tonight, Friday night, baby. Friday night, and we got some news popping. We got some shit to talk about tonight. Little Durk killing it. Gucci Man's got him on his new single, Rumors. What up, Tana Man? What's popping? I know you're waiting for that new Tana talk from Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher has actually just been joined on Def Jam, it looks like, by who? Y'all seen who joined Def Jam? It looks like Pusha T is going to be taking his talents over to Def Jam, a real major record label in my opinion. So Benny the Butcher's over there. I'm not sure if Tana Talk is going to be dropping on Def Jam. That'd be dope. And I'm smoking on some of that Rick Ross. And I believe it's Rick Ross's birthday. So let's send a special happy birthday out to Rose. That's right. Big birthday shout out to Ricky Rose. Or if it was yesterday, happy belated. You know, we've got some shit to talk about tonight, you guys. We've got some shit to talk about tonight, you guys. Everything is buzzing in hip hop. Master P is back on the scene. Master P is back on the scene, dropping songs, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Master P has a new record out where they're insinuating that he's going at Wack 100. I mean, look at the title. Look at all these haters. Look at all these haters. Samuel Jackson, what's popping? I appreciate you for tapping in. Gonna have a great show tonight. Bunch of interesting topics to go in on. Yogi Hertz, what is popping, man? What is popping? Would you appreciate everybody tapping in? Let me know what city you're in. Let me know what you're smoking on, you know, regular shit here on the channel as we get in tune and get ready for our topics of the night. Of course, I'm smoking on that Collins Ave, the Ricky Rose brand. Schizo's in the building. Everybody hit that like button as you tune in. Hit that like button and also share the content, share the video, share my interviews. I just put out the first 3 parts of an exclusive interview with Cassidy, some stuff that you guys may have not seen. Very interesting stuff. Tonight we've got to talk about Famous Dex as well. Famous Dex going through the ringer. You know, yesterday it was posted on a couple different media sites that he was back on his shit, that he was back going through some issues just because there was a video surfaced of him kissing his chain, talking to his chain. You know what I mean? Sometimes these rappers feel like the only thing that's there for them is their chain. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it so much, but you could see that Famous Dex has changed a little bit since he got out of rehab. He actually got sent to jail. We're going to get into that all. He had actually got sent to jail for a very, very short period of time. And, you know, I guess it wasn't eye-opening enough for him. I really guess it wasn't eye-opening enough for him. He had also gone to rehab as well to address his issues, his whatever substance abuse issues he has. Obviously, he's doing a little bit more than just smoking weed. I'm not going to condemn the man for what he's doing, but I'm going to call it like I see it. You know, it seems like he's doing a little bit more than weed, and honestly, I don't think that's the right way to go. What is up with you, Yogi? He said he's coming in tonight from Nashville, Tennessee. That's right. I'm not sure if it's still known by that with all the public scrutiny that Young Buck has been facing, but Nashville, Tennessee, Cashville, Tennessee, what have you. Waterbury in the building. Yep, that's right. We've got Connecticut in the building tonight. My brother out there in Waterbury, CT, about 90 minutes, something like that from me. Official Casino back in the building tonight. Major salute. Mikey T, what to do, my brother? I'm smoking Skittles tonight. What are you smoking? I'm smoking on a little bit of the Collins Ave. I do believe it's Ricky Rose's birthday. If somebody can check that for me in the chat. But major salute to Ricky Rose. I'm probably the only blogger that has smoked in Rose's crib besides Spiff TV. Obviously, you know, Spiff TV obviously burning it down in Ricky Rose's crib. But it is what it is. Let me see. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. Appreciate everybody sharing this video as well. You know what I'm saying? I really do appreciate the continued support from everybody that taps in on the channel, man. We got some hot news for y'all tonight, though. We got some news that we got to get in depth on tonight as far as the Master P and Wack 100 dilemma is going, because it's getting a little bit thick, but who knows? At this point, it could be over. Wack 100 just seems to keep on assuming that Master P is addressing him. He seems to keep assuming that Master P is addressing him when it comes to messages on Instagram or even a track now. And Master P actually has not said Wack 100. He has not called him out by name on any of these tracks. He has not said whack this or whack that. You know what I'm saying? No Wack 100s, nothing like that. Will we get it in the future? Is this a little bit of an appetizer? I don't know. I can't call it. You know, Master P could do it. Like, look at what NBA Youngboy did. NBA Youngboy, I didn't expect him to be coming out of jail after dropping Sincerely Kentrell and going full blown at Little Durk, you know, and exposing the King Von situation on his album. I didn't expect that. So what will happen with Master P next? I mean, Wack 100 is opening the floodgates a little bit on himself. You know, Master P just released a new song. Kind of interesting. I haven't heard a song from Master P since he did that record with Chief Keef and Fat Trell. You know, when he was trying to put together the Louis V Mob with Fat Trell and Alley Boy. Now, I might be mistaken. I might be 150% wrong on that. Master P may have, but this is the first notable time that I'm hearing a record from Master P. You know, now that all the controversy is out there, now that all the speculation is swirling about what's going on with him and Wack 100. Wack 100 obviously has a little bit of steam from what he just did going at Suge Knight. You know, now he's gone from one CEO to the next. Mikey T, that NLE Chopper album is out and it is fire. Yeah, before we get into the show, let me just talk about NLE Chopper. He actually went out to Funk Flex. He's been doing a lot to promote his Me vs. Me album, and I respect that. You know, at first I was sort of wondering why he pushed his album back, but he obviously did not plan on pushing it back for long. He only pushed the album back for a week, I guess, maybe even, you know, but yeah, he went on all the platforms and he did it right. And his freestyle on Flunk Flex, I just got to say that shit was hard. That shit was hard. I do agree that that shit was hard. Some other people were trying to talk shit on it, but I think he did an amazing job on Flunk Flex. Okay. We got Daryl in the building. What's popping with you, Daryl? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Much love all the way from Texas. Major salute to Texas. You know, I got love for Texas, man. I've been out there once or twice, actually. I've been out to a few cities there. I was running around with Compton Menace for a little second out there, and I went to I actually went to South by Southwest twice. Okay, there we go. Everything is looking good here. There we go. Let me see. Official Casino says OG from Compton said P do more for Compton than dudes there. He said P has donated millions. Even P said help do a gang truce. Sharif Jones in the building. What's popping with you, Sharif? I appreciate you for tapping in tonight. We've got quite a few topics to speak on tonight, man. Twix Coke in the building. What is popping, G's? Gang, gang, what up, Mikey T? Yo, everything is good, man. I can't complain. Friday night, had to come on the channel and talk with the couple different topics blowing up right now. Louis Peasy, what's going on, bro? That's the moderator right there. Getting the show started. Got a little Collins Ave in the air. I see it is officially Ricky Rose's birthday. Jay Brown pointing it out that the P track is just a remake of the Ghetto D song. Lewis asked, "Are you prepared for the blizzard?" Oh man, we got some food stocked, we got some chronic stocked, we got some Red Bull stocked. You know, we got the water, everything. We're good. Official casinos. He said P has been doing giveaways for over 20 years. Yeah, people want to bring up brands not being effective for 20 years. Well, how about that brand still continuously providing, you know what I mean? Providing things for families that need for the last 20 years. That's something that you can't take away from Master P. Just because a man hasn't necessarily been relevant when it comes to music, doesn't mean he hasn't been doing other things when it comes to movies, be it B-rated or C-rated films, straight to DVD projects, which used to catch a lot of flack, but now straight to DVD has sort of hit a whole nother note. A lot of those Master P films back in the day, if there was a Netflix, would have been streaming on Netflix, but they were selling hand in hand. Hell, we've seen sequels in recent years. So, and I know everybody in here probably maybe shied away from it a little bit. Master P on Nickelodeon, let's not forget that. The man is obviously a genius. Major salute to New Jersey in the building tonight. Hell yeah. Got started a little bit early. I know it's not even 10 o'clock. So we're competing with Friday Night SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We got the hip hop news to report on a Friday night. I know a lot of people are probably getting ready for the blizzard and all that. So I was like, screw it. Let's go live tonight. Let's do it. Dallas is in the building. Major salute to Dallas in the building. Yeah, Casino, we're going to get into it all in a little bit because Nick Cannon actually had Master P on his show. I don't know the official date of that show, but Nick Cannon actually told Master P to his face that he had looked at him like a mentor. Like a mentor, you guys. Honestly, man, this whole situation I think it's a little bit mixed up. I think it's a little bit mixed up on Wack 100's part to be really discussing, uh, you know, Nick Cannon and Master P's relationship. Here we go. Yes, sir. Listen to my guy Marcus42. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Make sure you show a little bit of love to the channel. Samuel Jackson says P has too many talents. He's just not stuck with trying to make up albums. A man with many hustles. That's right, as I was just explaining. And I didn't even bring up, I mean, I brought up SmackDown, but I didn't even bring up the fact that Master P was making money in wrestling one of the first, you know what I mean? And we've seen others follow in his footsteps. I mean, I always see West Side Gun at the AEW events. So obviously, Master P going and getting that bread back in the day, a lot of people probably looked at him in a certain way, but honestly, he went out there and got the bag by any means necessary. He went out there and got the bag, any bag. You know what I'm saying? It didn't even matter. Like look what he did. He put his son on. He gave his son a whole nother direction that they didn't even conquer with little Bow Wow. You know what I mean? When it comes to the aspect of children getting into hip hop. That's right. Just a thought. Excuse me, guys. Go share this video. Share this video. We got some shit to talk about tonight, you guys. We're just about to get into the main topics. What up, Alex? Appreciate you for tapping in. Oh, I wanted to read this comment right here. Yogi Hertz said P opens doors for everyone in the game right now. Most definitely deserves his flowers. P opens doors for everyone in the game right now, Yogi. Yogi, I do appreciate you tuning in, but I think I got to disagree with you on that note, man. Master P right now isn't really opening as many doors as he once was. Like I was talking about the Nickelodeon situation, like I was talking about how he brought so many artists to the No Limit Empire, No Limit Records. Snoop Dogg actually famously came there from Death Row. In recent years, I don't think Master P has really opened as many doors. I mean, giving game to youngins is a little bit different. I'm sure he's still giving game over the years, but in all honesty, right now, when it comes to getting into the game, I might I might be kicking myself in the ass for saying this, but Wack 100 is, a little bit more effective right now. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, Master P could probably come sign me tomorrow and change my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to discredit what Wack 100 is doing as a manager. We heard what Mimo 600 was talking about. Mimo 600 was, talking about the advantages that, Wack 100 could have had as a manager, but he was more so expecting studio time. Tap into that in a little bit. What's up, Lee H? Appreciate you, man. The rap snack shit official casino is gonna bring up. The rap snacks. Yeah, rap snacks, also the noodles. I had the guys on the channel the other day, Twiz, Rosewood, Bonds. They actually, they found nothing wrong with Master P doing the potato chips, doing the noodles. These are basic things. These are basic items that Americans or people all over the world consume on a daily basis. Why do you think you see pictures on toilet paper sometime? Why do you think rappers toothbrushes? Everybody in the country uses a toothbrush. You know what I'm saying? Some things you got to market like that. Yeah. Alex, what are you talking about as far as how many rappers can say that? What do you mean in comparison to that? But yeah, we're about to get into the topics tonight. We're about to get into these topics tonight. I'm very excited for this, man. Master P and Nick Cannon's relationship, I don't really know where it goes back to. I don't really know where it starts off from, to be honest with you guys. I don't know if their relationship goes back to I don't know if it goes back to Nickelodeon when Romeo had a show over there, because I know Nick Cannon was doing something with the channel as well. Nick Cannon, of course, came in with films and music. I believe he had some sort of an affiliation with Will Smith. I'm not 100% honest on or accurate on what that relationship was. Yeah, there we go. Too honest. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest with your comment too, Casino. Casino says, to be honest, Whack artist kind of sucks. Game hasn't had a hit in 10 years, and I don't know nobody riding around listening to Blueface. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you on that, Casino, because I was gonna say, in reality, we really don't know who Whack 100's artists are, aside from Blueface, because of the fact that he doesn't have that many artists that we know about. I mean, we know about the affiliation with Ray J, we know about his affiliation with The Game, but you pretty much wrap that up right there, bro. The Game hasn't really put out anything notable, possibly since the documentary, too. You know what I'm saying? The documentary 2 potentially was the last thing The Game put out that was credible, and we all know when rappers put out those second albums like that, it's kind of a cash grab. I mean, shit, we never saw 50 Cent put out Get Rich or Die Trying Part 2. If that were to happen, that would be crazy. Yogi says if it wasn't for No Limit shining light on New Orleans hip hop, we probably wouldn't know about. Oh, if it wasn't for No Limit shining light on New Orleans hip hop, we probably wouldn't know about Cash Money. Um, wow, it's a big statement to make, Yogi. It's a big statement to make to say that Birdman would not have created Cash Money if Master P and No Limit never existed. That's a really bold statement to make. I don't really think that Birdman's hustle wouldn't have, eventually driven him into music. Who knows? Who knows though? Maybe he would not have thought there was a place for him. But I mean, other talents would have blown up like Eazy-E and NWA. So he would have, ultimately probably seen that and had a vision, like he had. Official Casino says Wack is like Charleston White. He is a slick talker. Yeah, you're right. He is a slick talker. He's like 50 Cent. He knows how to get things. He knows how to get things in momentum shifting in his way. He knows how to make people think. Like I would always see 50 talking in interviews. He'd know exactly where to take an interview and what you like how Whack 100 brings up in conversation with Mimo 600 about, oh, I reached out to the label for you. I was trying to reach out for Dirk for you. And it's like, dude, why are you contacting Little Dirk, man? Like, why are you trying to make yourself sound like you're trying to do all this shit to help me? I'm sure you would love to have a conversation with Little Dirk. Said, nah, No Limit was bigger, I guess, in relation to Cash Money. And that other label was really the big label in New Orleans. Can't remember their name. That's Slim, fam. Who you talking about, brother? Birdman and Slim? That's Slim, fam. Yeah, Dark Low had actually told me that he was politicking with Slim. Yeah, he actually told me he was politicking with Slim. Interesting enough. Yeah. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Casino. Definitely hear what you're saying. Let me see. Let me see. Let me get to my notes right here. So Master P put out this record. It was called "Look at All These Haters," and Whack 100 actually promptly responded. I think Whack 100 got a little bit excited, you guys, that he got somebody to actually speak on him. You know what I'm saying? Somebody with some merit. I mean, there's a little bit of difference. There's a little bit of a difference between Suge Knight being locked up, not able to really respond, to create that hype, to get that argument going back and forth on Clubhouse, which is what they all want right now. But in reality, we've got that right here with Master P. Will this back and forth continue? I can't really say. I can't really say if it's going to continue back and forth. I think Master P might be on some OG type shit. I think Master P might be on some OG type shit where he's just like, I ain't really responding to this dude. No limit formed. All right, Casino, bro. I don't know where you're going with those comments no more. You lost me, bro. Start somewhere new. But all right, so let's get into this. Master P has not only responded to Whack 100 through a message on Instagram, but now a song has popped up, and you could say that Whack 100 has actually brought the famed CEO back into the booth. You could say that he's actually got Master P back into the booth on this one. Like I said, this is the first time that I've heard Master P on track since that record he did. What was it called? Ganja with Chief Keef and Fat Trell. Really dope record though. So now Master P has responded. But I was just thinking, like, if Suge Knight was out of jail, if Suge Knight wasn't locked up, like I had said earlier, Suge would probably be back and forth all over Clubhouse right now with Whack 100. But I could also imagine an array of death row artists or whatever label it was going to be that Suge Knight actually had at that point, because he had turned it into Suge Knight Films. He was totally getting ready to disassociate himself from death row, anyways, even after they took back the original name. But if Suge Knight was out, I can only imagine that either one, this beef wouldn't be happening with Wack, or two, all of Suge Knight's artists would be, taking shots at the popular manager right now, trying to probably catch him out like the game did 40 Glock as well. And my guy SV Twizzit told me last week on the stream that Master P is not one to bite his tongue, and I'm pretty sure all the majority that. So I just want to go over the lyrics on the track. I want to read out some of these lyrics from the track. Look at these haters. The track is called "Look at These Haters." I'm going to go over some of the lyrics now. Um, He said, how does hating get started? It's started by the jealous people, and they get mad over the things you have and the things they'll never have. Tell me if you hustle, it really ain't hard to get. You can get yours, I got mine, so stay out of my mix. Couple lines on there stood out to me, when he said it started by the jealous people, referencing hating, and they get mad over the things you have and the things that they'll never have, and looking at a guy's situation who's the manager of an artist, he's just never going to have everything that major artist has in the long run. In the big scheme of things, I mean, you're going to get your little 10%, but you're always going to be there left looking like you're window shopping. There's I don't think there's any way that Whack 100 could climb and see the heights that Master P had seen at one point. I don't think there's any way in hell that any CEO is going to be able to come out and release as many albums as Master P at one point. There's just it's just a different day and age. I mean, the best a CEO could do at this point is actually, the best the CEO could actually do at this point is actually put out an album every single month. Every month, a new album on iTunes, as long as you have a popular enough artist to do so. Twice a year, the same artist releases an album, different shit like that. But this day and age, it's not about putting albums in stores every 2 weeks, never mind every month, you know, putting out No Limit was putting out albums as quickly as they could. It was a different day and age where people couldn't wait to get to the stores and actually purchase these albums. Nowadays, you really got to be concerned about people getting on their phone, jumping on their phone and either buying it or streaming it, going home on their computers and streaming the music, making sure they add it to their playlist on Spotify or whatever else where you have your playlists. You know what I mean? There's just so many different elements this day and age when it comes to actually selling the music, and like I was saying, Whack 100 Wack 100 apparently had a conversation with Chief Keef where Keef had said he didn't mess with Mimo 600. Now Wack 100 finds out that Mimo 600 isn't actually signed to OTF. So now Wack 100 wants to pull out of that relationship. And it's like, who else do you got? You've got the game, as one of the guys in the chat said, you've got the game, you've got Blueface, but they're not necessarily doing anything all that much. Now, Blueface did say he had a tour set up in Europe, so don't discredit that. Just because you don't know about everything, just because the guy doesn't have a hit single going off, you know what I mean? Don't judge him on that fact of it. Don't judge him on that fact of it, because sometimes there's things going on out there that you don't even know about. The guy has like 10 shows lined up in Europe, you know what I mean, for like $200,000. He's getting bread. He's getting bread. But also, I heard Blueface saying, like, just because all my records didn't go 10 times platinum, my newest joint just went platinum. You know, there are still fans that stuck around with Blueface. You know what I mean? There are still fans that actually stuck around with Blueface. He sold 10 million. He sold 10 million copies. You know what I mean? Excuse me, guys. What up? What up? What up, JAR? What's popping with you, man? Appreciate you for tapping in. Official Cam, salute to you, bro. Major salute on the tap in tonight. Excuse me, guys. Everybody hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button, man. I am your host, Mikey T, the movie star. What is good tonight? Hashtag Slapface 100%. Slapface, the horror movie, is dropping February 3rd on Shudder. Hell yeah, JR. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. You know, Wack 100 just took the beef a whole, you know what I mean? He just took the beef and said, yo, stay away from Nick Cannon. So is that what's going to end the beef, you guys? Is that what's going to end this static? But honestly, Master P has his own relationship with Nick Cannon. Who is Wack 100 to tell Master P, keep Nick Cannon's name out of your mouth? Like, just like Wack 100 more than likely brings his movie ideas to Nick Cannon. That's right, I found out your connect. I found out about your connect. The movie connect, without a doubt, has to be Nick Cannon, you guys. So, what if Nick Cannon helps out Master P here and there? Oh, are you trying to cut out Master P from getting films made? Are you trying to cut out Master P from getting films made because you Want that connect? You know, newsflash, Wack. If you keep on bringing weak ass movie ideas like the Suge Knight film to CEOs, to producers, to directors, they might not be messing with your ideas too much longer, man. I mean, a Suge Knight movie is kind of tired. It's kind of old. It's kind of tired. And I think those budget numbers you're talking about, 30 million, I think those numbers need to be proven. I think you need to prove those numbers just like you tell everybody else to prove shit. How about you prove that somebody was actually going to invest $30 million into a Suge Knight movie? Because I'll call bullshit. I'll say nobody was going to show up to the Suge Knight movie. Hell, the director of Training Day did a documentary with Suge Knight. Nobody has even seen it. Check out Slapface September. Check out Slapface February 3rd. That's right, Wack face. Actually, it's Slapface. Let me see. Schizo said, "What's up, Mikey T? What do you think about that Yo Gotti dollar for dollar challenge?" I had to ask. Dollar for dollar challenge. I'm not sure what you're talking about, bro. I did see Yo Gotti saying a couple things this week. Yo Gotti was saying, "Okay, I'm going to put the best rapper, whoever freestyles the best on this track, I'm going to put you on my album." And then I saw another thing where Yo Gotti was saying he's going to put out his last album, actually. Now, I think he might have been referring to the last CM Music Collection album, but I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait for Yo Gotti to elaborate on that more. He said his next album was going to be a double project, a double album project. Is that the Yo Gotti solo album or is that the CMG projects? I'm just kind of like misunderstood about Yo Gotti's projects right now, but I'm sure he'll clear all of that up for us in the coming weeks. Yeah, Frank Dokit, Yo Gotti actually Nappy Zo, excuse me. Yo Gotti actually posted a video where he said whoever rips his freestyle the best, he will actually put it on the album. He'll actually release the song. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Wack is trolling hard. You know, talking about little old me, little old me. So let's get into Wack 100's response here. You know, Wack promptly responded. So a song comes out, little message drops. Wack 100 promptly responds. Wack 100 said on Instagram, actually, he said, "Little old me got P back on his feet. I must have struck a nerve. Okay, now rebuild and regroup. And one more thing, keep Nick's name out your mouth. Keep Nick's name out of your mouth. The truth can never be considered disrespect." So he wants to talk about the truth, the quote unquote truth. Let's dig in a little bit about what his so called truth is. Let's talk about the truth. You know, Wack 100 said, first of all, he don't own his masters. They took them 18 years ago. You think this dude be selling noodles? You think this dude would be selling noodles? The feds took his catalog. You know, Nick Cannon's got real money. For real. Real money. I'm like, how is Master P talking to Nick Cannon about what he's doing and you ain't nowhere in place? You can't even stand with this man on a bad day. Who is you, bro, to be telling this dude about his business decisions and your business decisions ain't been right for damn near 20 years? All right. All right, so let's look up some facts. So I'm looking it up right now. The Romeo Show. Romeo is a sitcom that aired on Nickelodeon from 2003 to 2006. So right off bat, Right off bat, you guys, right off the bat, Wack 100 is wrong with his assessment of 20 years. Right off the bat, because the television show that they had on Nickelodeon, you guys, this is a television station up there with USA. It's a television station up there with TNT, TBS. And dudes is going to talk about shit when they're releasing music on Empire. No disrespect, Ghazi. They're going to be talking shit when they're releasing music on E1. And we're talking about Nickelodeon, the syndication, especially in 2006 when it was its most popular. I'm just being 100% real here, you guys. I'm not, earlier I done said Wack 100 has momentum right now. But also I said Wack 100, Master P could probably come pick me up, put me, you know what I mean, and put me in all kinds of positions. I'll be the next big podcast. So, you really can't underestimate Master P, which I think is what Wack 100 is doing here. Talking about, you think he would be selling noodles. You're going to disrespect the man. You're going to disrespect the man for selling noodles when you know damn well you probably bought a pack of those noodles. I know if they were here in Connecticut, I would have tried them. I'm a noodle guy. All right, hold on. Let me take this question right here. Not sorry to get away from the topic, but JAR says, "What do you think about T.I. versus Eminem battle?" What do I think about the T.I. versus Eminem battle? I think it should be Eminem versus Busta Rhymes, just me personally. T.I. has a lot of anthems that I don't think would measure up well against Eminem's music. Busta Rhymes and Eminem actually is a great suggestion. I believe Swiss Beats made the suggestion, right? It's a great suggestion because they both have different music. You know what I'm saying? Master P. Busta Rhymes, make them say, oh, na 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 na. No, that's why I was thinking Master P, aside from the point that we're on the topic of him tonight. But no, Busta Rhymes and Eminem would be my choice over that because they both have different music with different themes, whereas T.I. has a lot of these heavy anthem sounding records, and Eminem really doesn't have much to measure up against that aside from the Forever record with Drake and Kanye, and a couple of maybe When I'm Gone, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think Eminem and Busta would be a better setup just because of the difference of the music. Like, Busta Rhymes has, all these different style of records and shit. And I think it would measure up nicely against Eminem. And it would be dope. It would be dope if Busta Rhymes actually brought out Janet Jackson to do the song What's It Gonna Be. Wouldn't that be dope? One of the most creative music videos back in the day and shit. Look, that music video was kind of on some what was that shit where the people would, and then, oh, that was the Terminator. Yep. That was the Terminator. P got paper. Don't sleep on him. Do not sleep on Master P. Please don't sleep on Master P. I really don't get this whole situation because somebody in the chat said that Nick Cannon was Wack 100's plug. Okay, so guys, hear me out. Please share this video and hear me out. So honestly, Wack 100's trying to get a movie off the ground, right? Trying to get a movie, trying to get a show, trying to get something of relevance off the ground. Honestly, that's why he messed with Memo 600 in the first place. Probably because he thought he was still signed to Little Dirk. All right. So Master P was putting together the No Limit film. Why wouldn't Wack 100 come in and try to stabilize that deal? Master P was already putting $10 million of his own money in. Why not go get those investors? Now they're saying Mikey T's a genius. They're like, yo, I don't want to diss Mikey T tomorrow. Now I actually want to call Mikey T and pick his brain. Why not contact Master P and do the No Limit film? Or better yet, Do a No Limit series. Do something that's going to cement your name into the legacy of this thing that we call hip hop. Do something that's going to solidify your name in music and entertainment. Hell, do it a little bit different. Maybe each season could have been about a new artist on No Limit in the preparation that they put into their album. And then all of that could have built up, and then you could have merged that together, sort of like the Avengers, and make an actual No Limit film. M is one of the greatest to ever do it. JR says, you totally right. They're both kind of animated. Frank Duckett says, M versus Busta, or M versus Wayne, or Wayne versus Jay-Z. One of these should happen. T.I. versus Busta could be fire too. Bro, I'm going to say it again. T.I. versus Ludacris. What are you guys thinking? T.I. versus Ludacris would be the obvious battle. It's like, okay, T.I. and Ludacris had beef, but T.I. seemed to rise above Ludacris. I mean, they both had movie careers too. You could argue whose was better. You could argue that T.I. had better sales than Ludacris, but maybe Ludacris had more hits. That would be the versus battle that I want to see, you guys. Nah, man. Little Flip doesn't really have enough records to really go against these guys, just being real. I mean, outside of Game Over and Sunshine and another record from his first album, which the title's slipping me. It was an anthem type track. What other records does Little Flip really got? Lee H, thank you. I appreciate that, man. And the record sales are somewhat similar with Ludacris and T.I. T.I. obviously surged up a little bit higher. So that's why it would be interesting. That's why it would be interesting if Luda could actually beat T.I. Frank says, remember, Luda already had a battle unless he can be Jadakiss the verses. Yo, when Ludacris did a verses with Nelly, was it this? I don't think it was the same format. I don't think it was was it the same format though? I don't even think it was the same style of show. Come on, let's not just, close the book on Ludacris just because of that joint. I haven't seen that one. Maybe I should check it out tonight. So, guys, Wack 100 wants to talk about Master P's relationship with Nick Cannon. So, I find it interesting because Nick Cannon has a show, and Master P came on the show. It looked like they were very friendly. So Nick Cannon actually had Master P on his show, and he told him, "You're one of my mentors and people that I admired. You blazed trails and came from nothing." He brought himself up from the mud and brought his family with him. And you continue to inspire and do it. And do you feel the impact of what you've done? Nick Cannon asked him. So, guys, Nick Cannon told Master P to his face that he is his mentor, that he admired him. Now, I spoke on this the other day, but I just saw the clip. You know what I mean? I just saw the clip this afternoon. Nick Cannon, I just saw the full interview. You know what I'm saying? Nick Cannon actually telling Master P he admired him to his face. So it's got to take a lot of gall of Wack 100 to go on the internet and do this. It does. It takes a lot of gall. Now, he's saying keep Nick Cannon out of your mouth. Keep Nick Cannon out of your mouth. Nick Cannon brought the man on his show and saluted him face to face. So I don't really think you can just hit Nick Cannon with the or hit Wack 100 can't just hit Master P with the stop talking about Nick Cannon shit. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Nick Cannon and Master P probably go back further than them. Unless Wack is trying to bring up some shit of him knowing Nick Cannon when he was a real young buck, which I don't count that shit. I'm not counting that shit in this situation. Master P just sat and looked at Nick Cannon in the eye. You know what I'm saying? He looked Nick Cannon in the eye while he was telling him, yo, I got respect for you. You're a trailblazer. You came from nothing. You know, a lot of us came from nothing. You know what I mean? A lot of us started in this game with nothing. You know what I mean? 2 quarters in our pockets. You know what I'm saying? Started with nothing. And for Nick Cannon to say that shit to Master P and now Wack 100, an alleged close friend of Nick Cannon, because I don't really know the nature of Wack 100 and Nick Cannon's relationship, you guys. I did hear Wack 100 at one point say, "Oh, I'm handling the movie aspect for Suge Knight. Nick Cannon is handling the book aspect." Now, so that might rule out my theory of Nick Cannon being Wack 100's movie plug, unless they're just trying to hide things. But it made absolutely no sense to me. That's why I'm bringing this quote up. It made no sense whatsoever. Share this video, everybody. Hit that like button. Major salute to everybody on the tap in. It made no sense to me that Wack 100 would have Nick Cannon handle the book, but not the film. When Nick Cannon is known for movies, Nick Cannon is known for making films. You know what I mean? He's had several production deals, he's had several starring roles. So that quote right there, that made absolutely no sense to me. You know, why wouldn't you use Nick Cannon for his strong suit? Maybe Nick has a whole book publishing company too right now, but it still doesn't change the fact that Nick has worked with the biggest studio companies in the world. I mean, I could name a few of his films. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, he did work for Nickelodeon. I think that was after his film career went a little sour, though. Riding Spinners. Come on, bro. Casino, we're not talking about little flip songs anymore. Appreciate you, though, brother. Let me see. Jay Brown says Wack 100 was also making diapers under Nick Cannon's company. Yeah, diapers? Like things that babies wear? Like the thing that I was trying to get my nephew tonight, but I got the wrong size? Yeah. I'm not taking anything away from Wack, even if he had a diaper company. You know what I mean? That's intelligent. Like, what was I just saying earlier? People have toothbrush companies, people have socks, people do diapers. Why? Because every single baby in the world needs one. You know what I'm saying? These are the best creations. Incredible diapers. Shit, they must have been good. Well, LeVar Moore, appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Major salute to you, brother. Hit that like button. He said Nick Cannon does not have a personal relationship with Suge. Wack 100 did. Yeah, you're right about that. You are right about that. Wack 100 is the guy who brought Suge Knight to the table. There's absolutely no question about that. Wack 100 brought Suge to the table. However much weight that holds, I mean, that's up to you. Are you going to spend $14 to go to the theater to see a Suge Knight movie, or is it going to be a part of your basic Netflix subscription? I would go with the latter. But Nick Cannon was brought the client of Suge Knight to Wack 100, and I'm simply questioning, with Nick's history in film, why would he only use Nick Cannon as the book publisher? Why wouldn't he have Nick Cannon shop the Suge Knight film himself? Why? Because nobody's interested in the Suge Knight film. It's already been told. It's been told in Straight Outta Compton. It's been told in All Eyes on Me, and it is soon to be told in the new Snoop Dogg story. you know? So there's really nobody wants to see the Suge Knight story. Now, if it would have been the Death Row story, if it was the full story of Death Row, 30th anniversary, 30 years, now that would be something. But we saw Dr. Dre create Death Row. We saw the lengths it went to, the violence that happened under that umbrella. We saw Dr. Dre leave the label, you guys. We saw all of that. You know what I'm saying? We saw the creation all the way to Dr. Dre leaving. We saw Tupac take the label to heights, start to have issues with Suge, sort of opening up the door for Snoop to leave the label because it's like, wow, you're really going to take another one of the artists out. You're supposed to be the CEO. I can understand artists not getting along, but when the CEO is bolstering one of those feuds within the label, I'm out. And that brings us to Master P giving Snoop Dogg an opportunity of a lifetime after signing from Death Row, being like, yo, listen, aside from you being able to put out music on this label, I can make sure that nothing is going to happen to you, and probably more so when it comes to releasing the music. Master P's pockets were deep, Interscope and Death Row didn't want to go to war with that. They would have had they would have had a considerable battle back then. They're going to war with one of the biggest ships, one of the biggest ships that puts out music. So you don't want to do that. And they lost Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, what story is there left to tell? We saw how uncomfortable Snoop Dogg was feeling when he got into that private jet. What story is there left to tell? Oh, the story of Suge Knight playing football. Sorry, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Hold on. Official Casino says Nick said Master P gave him his first shot at producing. Wow, that's an interesting note. Yeah, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon actually, was a decent rapper. A decent rapper. I won't lie, I listened to his album. He had a couple records on there. Not talking about Gigolo. I know a lot of people like Gigolo, but he had some cool records on there, man. I was trying to support Will Smith's next emerging artist. I was really wondering what was going on there. Didn't really seem like Will Smith had him signed to a label, but I knew there was some sort of a partnership there. But yeah, Nick Cannon, obviously he's a pretty cool dude, The whole thing with Eminem, though, I don't know what the hell he was thinking putting all those battle rappers on the diss song against Eminem. Schizo says, I think that Wack 100 is maybe jealous of the relationship between Master P and Nick Cannon. Just saying. Jealous of the relationship of Master P and Nick Cannon. Well, Schizo, I just don't know about that because before Wack 100 popped up saying keep Nick Cannon's name out of your mouth, I didn't make too much of a big deal about it, seeing Nick Cannon and Master P linked together. Not like Master P linking with Nick Cannon is platinum success. It's not like it's going to make gold. You know what I mean? It's not like it's, money in the bank. So that's why I'm saying, like, they do an interview. Everybody knows Nick Cannon has his new show. So I didn't really see it as nothing more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like when Nick Cannon linked up with Christina Milian, and it was like, damn, those two together is magic. Those two together is money. Nick Cannon and Master P, it didn't really look like that much of a significant pairing to me, just a dope interview. So Wack 100 is kind of taking it in a whole nother place, which I don't understand. Him trying to intercept into these guys' relationship. No worries, brother. No worries, Casino. No worries, my man. Appreciate you. Yo. Evil Slim. New York in this bitch. Rest in peace to Biggie and Pac. For sure, man. I appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate everybody that's tapping in. I got started a little bit early, you guys. Friday night, baby. You know how we do, man. I guess it's about to be a snowstorm. I hope everybody is safe indoors. And let's just talk about the news, man. Famous Dex had to turn himself in. That's another part of this news story that I got going on. Famous Dex had to turn himself in. Famous Dex was taken into custody. So let's talk about Famous Dex. He was born in 1993. Young guy. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's only 5 years younger than me. Not such a young guy. Now, Dex's rise to fame, it began in 2015, from what I remember. I remember the Dexter's Laboratory mixtape. I'm not sure how many of y'all are in tune with that. Famous Dex actually is signed with 300 in Atlantic. Not sure what's going on with his deal now, with 300 being purchased, I guess. But shit, Famous Dex to be signed to Atlantic is pretty sweet, because I had heard early on that he was signed to Rich Forever, Rich the Kids label and shit. You know what I'm saying? To be continued. Official Casino says, and the Michelet story. That's right. That's right, Casino. We saw another part of the Death Row story told through the Michelet film when, Death Row had picked her up and they were really high on Michelet at first, but then they pushed her to the back burner. You know what I mean? They were like, get out of here. We're not really all too interested in putting out your project. They put out, after her first project was a soaring success, they pushed her to the back burner. Her second album, I believe it was called Hung Jury, and it released when Death Row eventually went over to Priority, and it went unheard, you guys, compared to the first album. I don't know why the bad business started to take place with Suge. I think it might have had something to do with him going to jail, but you could just tell by the Michelet film if you've seen it, and if you haven't, you better go check it out. It's a cool little film. You could just tell that Death Row, it was starting to come unraveled. Why? In my opinion, why did Death Row come unraveled? Because Suge Knight really wasn't a good music producer. That was Dr. Dre. That was Daz. That was Snoop. That was Corrupt. You know what I mean? These guys, they were the music makers. Suge Knight, he was the muscle. You know what I mean? He was the muscle. He was the guy that, unfortunately, Jimmy Iovine trusted for many years. They put Jewel's album over Michelet. Jewel on Death Row, Iceberg? Mario hitting it right on the head. Mario says, Wack 100 knows how to stay relevant. He knows people love bullshit. He's focused more on trolling than making his artists bags. Wack 100's name has become so much more relevant than it was 2 or 3 years ago. When he just got started making his name with Ray J in the game, subtly. Now the world has turned into a media circus, and he's become one of the most powerful voices out there. You got people that just love to hear it, regular people. You even got artists like Bon Simmons. You even got top line influencers like stars. You know what I'm saying? So you got the everyday person, you even got hip hop artists, and then you got the heavy influencers listening to it. So Wack 100 is checking every single box. Maybe I don't know if the women listen to Wack. Do the women like listening to Wack? Because once he's trying, he wants to expose Young Buck. He's really trying to get that female demographic in there too. Let 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 me ride. So let's get back to Famous Dex, who was unfortunately taken into custody. I mean, I say unfortunately very loosely because Dex seemed like he was on one, man. And, Dex had went to jail, I believe, last year. Like, I think he got out of jail in September. Yeah, let me see my notes here. Dex was released from jail in September. He was on probation. So, just a few days after being sentenced to serve 1 year in prison for domestic violence, Chicago rapper Famous Dex was released from prison. Just a couple of days. I remember that. Do y'all remember that shit? You know what I mean? Dex had got a year. Dex got a year in jail, and then he was forced, or not forced, but they let his ass out because I think it was because it must have been because of overcrowding. Sometimes that happens. So then, after he gets out of jail, there's all these crazy videos where he's slurring his speech, doesn't look like he knows where he is, he's not coherent. You know what I'm saying? Just really looking kind of crazy. And Dex checked into rehab for drug abuse. So Dex checked into rehab, you guys. You know, it's crazy with rehab because it's like, how much is it rehab really going to help when you get out and you're just faced with the same lifestyle? You know, how much can that really do for you if you're just screwed? You know, like you're screwed because you're around all these people who pop pills or drink that purple or, smoke huge blunts every day. And then once you smoke two or three of them huge blunts, how long before you dip into your old lifestyle? I really can't blame Dex. And then when he comes home and people want to throw 2 or 3 thousand at him and he makes that feature money like that, and it's like, yo, it's my money. I'll spend it how I wanna. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who could tell Dex anything when he's making money like that? He wants to live how he wants to live. So Academics actually posted it breaking. Famous Dex has been taken into custody and will serve 180 days in LA County Jail for violating a protective order against his girlfriend for a second time. He must wear a GPS monitor that will go off if he ever goes within 500 yards of her home. Wow. So he's going to be on a GPS that if he goes within this woman's home, within 500 yards of it, 500 yards, so that's 1,500 feet, the GPS monitoring device will go off. So he's doing 180 days in jail. So that's what, 30, 60, 90? That's 6 months that Famous Dex is being forced. Okay. Tanya's in the building. Major salute. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Yo, we'll get into questions a little bit later, man. If you want to send any questions, hit that super chat, brother. But yeah, man, I hope Famous Dex gets well. You know, I hope Famous Dex gets well, you guys. He's obviously going through some really personal shit where he just wants to get messed up every day. You know what I mean? We see people go through substance abuse issues all the time in this game. Hell, in this life. You know what I mean? We see people go through substance abuse issues, and sometimes you think that money buys happiness and all that. Sometimes money just buys you more of the shit that you don't need. Looking at Famous Dex's case, it's sad when you see this guy barely able to open his eyes and shit like that, and he's got the whole world right in front of him. He can literally go anywhere. He can literally work with anyone. At one point he was signed to Rich the Kid, and I believe he was actually let go from Rich Forever, or he just left Rich Forever in 2017. As I said, he had a situation with 300, situation with Atlantic Records, and this guy, Famous Dex, really got started, with Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy gave him his look. You know what I'm saying? Soldier Boy let him run with the SODMG shit. I gave him some bread from what Soldier Boy said, and the dude was on and popping, holding a bunch of $20 bills and shit, doing his thing. Famous Dex, he made his name, and I think he needs to relax with all the use that he's doing, whatever he's using, because he needs to enjoy the the popularity that he's made for himself. He needs to enjoy the life that he's made for himself. You know what I mean? No, 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 Jay Brown. Slapface drops on Shudder February 3rd. That's right, you guys. The new horror film that I'm actually involved in. I'm actually in a brief cameo in Slapface. It drops February 3rd on Shudder exclusively, guys. And I'm really hoping that everybody taps in, man. I'm really hoping that everybody taps in to the movie that, you've been saying, Mikey T, what movie you in? What movie you in, Mikey T? Well, you're going to see what movie I'm in February 3rd on Shudder. And if you guys want to download Shudder, you can actually do that. You get a 7-day free trial. 7-day free trial for Shudder, and then I think it's like $5 a month. So do it appropriately, and you can actually watch Slapface for free. I'm giving you that little tidbit because I'm your boy, Mikey T, the movie star. I hope everybody's getting ready for that storm. Let's talk a little bit about Pooh Shiesty, guys. Free Pooh Shiesty, man. Pooh Shiesty is going through the ringer, y'all. Now, Pooh Shiesty's date has been revealed for when he's going to be sentenced. Pooh Shiesty is actually facing 8 years in jail on this case. He still has that whole other situation in Florida that actually involved, you know, King of Diamonds. The security guard at King of Diamonds, I think he got hit in the foot or something like that. Free Pooh. Damn right, free Pooh Shiesty, man. Pooh Shiesty's a real one. Pooh Shiesty came back waving that 1017 flag, and he was actually Gucci Man's first popular artist in quite some time. No disrespect to Rollo, no disrespect to Lil Wop or Asian the Brat, no disrespect to kids from the Six, but or Fujiano even. Major salute to Fujiano, free Fujiano. He had just beat his charges, but then they hemmed him up on some other shit. But Pooh Shiesty, and tell me if you think I'm wrong, guys, because that's how we do on this live. If you guys think I'm cap, you just let me know right away. But Pooh Shiesty is really Gucci Man's first successful artist since he came home a number of years ago. When Gucci went away, we all looked at him as having the Midas touch. You know what I'm saying? We looked at it like he had that touch. He turned an artist into a superstar. He did it many times. You know what I'm saying? But when he came out, it really wasn't working with the label he had, with the artists he signed until Pooh Shiesty. And I'm just being real. Free Pooh Shiesty, he's facing football numbers. Well, he was, Jay. Pooh Shiesty was facing football numbers, but it has been dwindled down a bit. Pooh Shiesty is facing 8 years in this case, y'all. He's facing 8 years in this situation that he's going through right now. He was facing four different felony charges carrying 20 years apiece, but he pled out and the other 3 charges were thrown out. Rather than fight this and face 80 years incarcerated, which is virtually a life sentence, Pooh Shiesty has decided to plead guilty, and he is facing 8 years in jail. But that is in this case, the case that happened when he was trying to buy some chronic, some shoes, and then it turned into a whole melee, which ultimately I think he could have beaten that case. But he's got this whole other situation in Florida to worry about at King of Diamonds. He's got this whole other situation to worry about. So he's literally fighting 2 charges at the same time. Kevin Gates has 2 phones. Well, Pooh Shiesty has 2 cases. And I'm not talking about phone cases. So ultimately, I think Pooh Shiesty is doing what he believes is best for him, even though at this point he's going to have to go sit up. Pooh Shiesty is gonna have to go sit up. He can get as much as 8 years in jail. I'm hopeful he'll do considerably less, you guys. As soon as I get the information on the amount of time that Pooh Shiesty is going to be facing, because academics actually put it in his post, not the headline, but in the post, he said that Pooh Shiesty's sentencing date is set and he's facing up to 8 years in this particular case. Now, this particular case, that's the thing, because he has this violent case from King of Diamonds that he's also going through, which I think ultimately may or may not be thrown out based on a witness testimony being recanted. What's going to happen with that? I don't know. Is there all types of video footage that's going to put Pooh Shiesty in a bad predicament? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what plays out with that whole situation. Now, the post that academics had put up, salute to Ack. Love the podcast setup that he has as well. Academics revealed Pooh Shiesty's sentencing date, and that's what I wanted to relay to everybody in here. So Pooh Shiesty will be sentenced for his federal firearms case on April 7th at 2 p.m. in the United States Courthouse in Miami. He still has an open case for the shooting of a security guard in a Miami strip club. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, you guys. I was talking about the fact that Pooh Shiesty still has that open case from the Miami strip club, King of Diamonds, a place I've been to a number of times. You know, I've filmed many artists there. I've been there with Gilly the Kid, Floyd Mayweather, Birdman actually came in that night when Gilly was there, and Birdman and Gilly spoke face to face. Jim Jones, I've been there with him and Filthy Rich, my brother AG Cubano, who's really big on the West Coast. I remember one time Rick Ross wrote AG Cubano a message. He said, just keep repping MMG. Ross, real solid in a lot of situations. Major happy birthday to Ricky Rose, man. You know, Ross did a big one here with Gucci Man, bro. Ross did a big one right here. This blue champagne is amazing. And I might just have to pop this one open for Rose's birthday, man. I mean, I don't know another rapper that let me roll up Kush in his mansion living room. But maybe that's on. A lot of rappers don't let me roll up at the crib, but Rose let me roll up at the mansion, man. Major salute to Bel Air Blue. You know I'm coming for that endorsement. Them dudes might be the island boys, but I'm a champagne boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a champagne boy. I just want to drink it. Let me see. So both of these incidents took place in my city, Dade County. Yeah, man. Berna. That's honestly why I think Pooh Shiesty ultimately pled out to the first case, where he was facing 4 charges, 20 years per charge. So he was facing a lot of time. He was facing 80 years in jail. They called it a life sentence. I think if Pooh Shiesty wasn't facing the other charge for Miami King of Diamonds, he would have taken this one all the way to trial and won. But ultimately, I think Pooh is trying to come out of both cases with the most minimal time. Hopefully, this will be a sentence that is served concurrent. You see what I'm saying? I hope both crimes, both things that he's going through are able to be served concurrent. Official Casino says Fujiano was first, but Pooh was bigger. Yeah, I do not deny that Fujiano caught a buzz. You know, they put him on the track with Little Baby. You know what I'm saying? Gucci Man did it right. I mean, there was people in Massachusetts. You know, Massachusetts is the next state up for me. Well, 2 states up. You got Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. They was banging Fujiano in Massachusetts up here on the East Coast. So I was shocked, and I was like, all right, Fujiano is starting to catch a buzz. That's dope. Something is starting to work. But then, of course, the man ends up on house arrest. Then cuts his bracelet off. Then goes on the run, gets arrested, gets locked up, beats the charges, about to leave, hit with federal charges. Boom. That's Fujiano's story. So right now he's hemmed up. He's hemmed up. I don't know the exact amount of time Fujiano's doing, but it really sucks that the two artists that started to break, you know what I mean? It really sucks that two artists that are actually starting to break from 1017 have to go to jail. I mean, Rallo's situation is pretty similar, but we both know that well, when Rallo signed with Gucci Man, Gucci didn't put Rallo on the big single with Little Baby. I mean, Rallo had a big single with Little Baby. Rallo had a big single with NBA Youngboy. He did that shit for himself. He even had a big single with Gucci Man. He did it for himself. That's why I believe Rallo in one interview said, I told Gucci, yo, man, you can just sign my release. If I'm costing you money or something like that, he might have said, like, because Rallo realized he was getting paper without Gucci Man in 1017. So I don't know. Well, actually, from what Rallo said, I was going to say, I don't know if Rallo would sign back with 1017, but out of Rallo's own mouth, Rallo actually said that he wants to sign with QC. He actually said that he wants the QC label to pull up on him when he gets out of jail with the Phantom. I'm not sure if that's going to be changed at this point because of the fact that Quavo pulled up on Bobby Shmurda with the Jet. So maybe they got to tap that. You know what I'm saying? But he said he wants him to pull up and have like $250,000 in blues, and he might have to re-up that too. He might have to just change that whole plan because that's sounding a little bit small for Rallo when he gets home. I think Rallo needs $1 million in cash when he gets home. What's everybody smoking tonight? Put it in the chat. Put what you're smoking in the chat. I'm going to shout you out. What's everybody smoking? Let me know. Let me know. I'm smoking on this Collins Ave tonight, baby. Iceberg. I love that name. I wish I could have that name. Damn it. I wish I could have been. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you, man. What's everybody smoking tonight? Let me know in the chat. What are you smoking? I want to know. I'm smoking Collins Ave. Happy birthday, Ricky Rose. I'm waiting on that MMG deal, baby. Still waiting on that MMG deal to hit the street. Still waiting on Ricky Rose to jump on my beat. Still waiting on that MMG contract, baby. Still. Black Widow, Josh Phelps smoking on that Black Widow. Okay, I see you, brother. Black Widow, but LeVar got the White Widow straight from the Bronx. BX. Pineapple Express. Okay, I see you. I see you, Playboy. I see you, Playboy. Smoking that gas. Smoking that gas. I see you, Playboy. Smoking that gas. Oh, cherry pie. That's a good one, man. I remember one of the official times that I got cherry pie. You be hitting that shit up like this. That first hit just be tasting like ultra pie, man. I be knowing. Free 2 times, free honeycomb brazy. Yo, official casino. I done thought that honeycomb brazy was a weed when I first seen it on my peripherals, but free them bros right there, man. Jay Brown says he's smoking on that Skywalker OG. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you, man. Skywalker OG is one of the best. Rest in peace, Peanut. That was Rick Ross's boy right there. He used to have the fire. He used to have that fire Skywalker OG. Jay Brown, tell me, how much is the Skywalker OG for an O or a half? The Burner said he's on that gelato. Okay. Okay, gelato never does me wrong. Share this video. Let everybody know the hottest blogger is here. The hottest hip-hop influencer. There ain't no hotter hip-hop influencer than me. And I mean that figuratively. For the bitches, I mean that literally. For the execs, I mean that definitively. For the investors, I mean that strategically. My man Ray Brown smoking that Kush. Okay, Kush, that's my shit right there. King Oso, the God, smoking PD and Meezy from MN. Minnesota, you're from Minnesota, brother? Appreciate you for tapping in from Minnesota. Got that homie hookup, my boy. Okay, yeah. I was just wondering the price, bro. Smoking on a bag that I got from Berna. Hashtag Ross Gelato. Oh, you smoking on what? What are you smoking on? Oh, gelato? Gelati? Are you smoking on the gelati? Because I do know that the cookies brand of gelato is gelati. I had a shitload of that gelati, man. Got that homie hookup. Glasgow was popping. Glasgow in the building. You know what it is? That's Get Money Glasgow right there. Get Money Glasgow. Was popping. Drew McIntyre in this bitch. Banana cream. Okay. You smoking that out of a banana backwood? I've been seeing, man. I've been seeing, man. I've been seeing, man, the banana backwoods. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. Ever since the backwoods did them the white joints, what was it? The cream? The I don't think it was the Irish cream joints because Dutch Master ended up doing an Irish cream, and I was like, that is not the same shit. But they tried. But now Backwoods got the banana backwood. Oh damn, you're not. I was just wondering if you had a recommendation. I might gotta go check out a video on YouTube to see if anybody did a review of one of those. But also, I just don't be rolling backwoods like that. But now getting the pre-ground, I just go buy a bunch of these pre-rolls. Hell yeah, baby. I'm coming to LA soon, man, for sure. It's gonna be great to touch down in LA. As soon as I get that call, man. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get that, we're talking about Nick Cannon. I'm gonna keep Nick Cannon's name in my mouth tonight. Why? Why am I gonna keep Nick Cannon's name in my mouth? Because I want that wilding out call up. I want to get that call, Mikey T, man. We need to have you on wilding out, man. Or else I'm gonna get the Wack 100 call. Mikey T, keep Nick Cannon's name out of your mouth. Don't be speaking on Nick Cannon. Be like, damn, man. I done watched Nick Cannon's films. Are you telling me I can't do a basic movie review? Did you ever see Drumline Wack 100? That was maybe the only good Nick Cannon film. Russian cream. Yeah, just Russian cream, right? Yeah, because freaking the Dutch did it, LeVar. Let me see what he says first. Russian cream backwood was the best. Now I'm smoking out the raws. Yo, because Dutch did an Irish cream, and I don't think that was the same. And I do not think that was the same. I stopped doing that after a second. Like I started buying up all the Irish cream Dutches. And then I was like, man, this ain't the same shit. I was like, this ain't the same shit. This is some Irish shit. And obviously, the other joints was Russian. Because you know, when you say Irish, it's kind of got like that hint of green to it. And I don't be messing with that, man. I wanted some straight up, you know what I mean? Like, you know what you want for the flavor. That's why, like, it's for the people. I think the Russian cream backwoods are for the people back in the day who actually smoked the vanilla Dutches. Because nowadays, you know, like it's the regular Dutches. These aren't vanilla. But that's just my own. Maybe I'm wrong. Wack 100 garbage. Well, you know, man, Wack 100 had an opportunity to prove himself. Like, you know, in this statement that Master P had originally made, you know, it kind of hit me like that. You know, Master P had said, broke is a mindset. Hate is a disease. Nick Cannon is my brother from another mother. We've got a lot of love and respect for each other. We discussed this a couple of months ago, the three types of people. And they actually had this conversation face to face. You know what I'm saying? So for Wack 100 to tell Master P, keep Nick Cannon's name out of your mouth, it makes no sense. Nick Cannon has invited Master P to his show. They have a bond, a friendship, in Nick Cannon's word, a mentorship. But he said, so that we talked about three types of people. Poor-minded people think and talk about money. Rich people collect material things, and wealth-minded people produce ideas and create success. The Bible says our people perish from the lack of knowledge. As a culture, we have to stop comparing, self-hating, and tearing each other down. Let's educate and empower the next generation. How do we educate? How do we empower the next generation? It's by doing step 3 of what Master P just said, you guys. It's acquiring wealth. You know, wealth minded people, they produce ideas and they create success. Let's focus on creating ideas. Let's focus on, you know what I mean, creating success. You know, let's not so much focus on, you know, talking about money and collecting materials. If you notice Kanye West, look at Kanye West. He's not so much focused on all of his clothing. That's why you'll see him wearing completely black. It's some cool ass shit, don't get me wrong. Everyone thinks it's cool from the boots to the jackets. But he's more focused on creating success and producing ideas, as Master P said here. Now, in relation to Wack 100, I thought he was on track like that. Look what he's done with Blueface. Look what he did with The Game, okay? You know, there's been a number of Game albums on E1, almost as much as he's had on Aftermath and Interscope and Geffen. You know, that's creating, that's producing ideas. This is what you have an opportunity to do right now. Not beef with Master P and Suge Knight, two of the icons of all of our generation. This is your time to put out projects and change the world. This is your time to link up with people like Mimo 600, you know, rather than argue with him on Clubhouse, you know, but I think that's a different story. I really think Wack 100 backed off of Mimo 600 because he knew Little Dirk ultimately had nothing to do with the project. And in saying that, I think Wack 100 was more interested in being associated with Little Dirk than actually working with Mimo 600. Just my personal opinion. Mikey T, what up, Ethan? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight, brother. Tanya says P is right. I 100% agree with that statement. You know, after reading it a few times, after listening to the new track, I don't know if you're really going to call it new. I mean, it's newly recorded. Master P jumped in the booth. You know what I mean? First time I've heard a Master P track actually since the joint with Fat Trell and Chief Keef, which was amazing in my opinion. Really love that joint. Jay Brown is hilarious. He said, "Yo, homie, no joke. You should be bigger than academics. I don't mean size wise. Yo, academics is cool. I remember exchanging emails with academics back in like 2014 and shit like that. Only difference is I've just been doing the thing where I'm on camera for the last 2 years. You know what I mean? I really started right after the pandemic hit. Before that, I was focused on shooting video content. You know, I was shooting video content with ARAB on a frequent basis. Dark Low, Gilly the Kid, Ab and Dark Low got locked up. You know, first when Ab got locked up, me and Dark Low were holding it down. You know, but then Dark Low got locked up. Gilly the Kid's show has become so big, $1 million worth of game. He really can't just come on my platform every week like he used to. You know, Gilly would jump on my platform 3, 4, 5 times a year back in the day, but I can't really expect him to do that when he's doing a major show, $1 million worth of game right now. It's all respect. You know, Gilly gave me an amazing opportunity. Dark Low gave me an amazing opportunity. All of these guys that I've worked with in the past have given me an opportunity to the point where 50 people or more give a shit to come in and tune in just to tap in and converse with me. I respect that. You know what I mean? I respect that shit. Yo, Chase, what up? What up? What up? Steven Rivera says, Mikey T, are you gonna see Jackass Forever? Uh Johnny Knoxville's pretty old, man. But I'm not gonna lie, I do like seeing Johnny Knoxville pop up in a movie here or there. You know, I like him seeing popping up in a movie here or there, acting, not necessarily doing the jackass shit. I think Machine Gun Kelly's gonna be in this movie. We got Steve-O in the movie. Bam Margera is not gonna be in the movie. I don't think I'll see it on I don't think I'll see it in theaters. I don't think I'll see it in theaters, but I'll definitely see it, when it comes out on some streaming websites for sure. What is this, the fourth one or the third one? It's the third one, right? It should be the fourth one, calling it Jackass Forever there. I really feel like Bad Boys missed the mark with that as well. They should have done Bad Boys 3, and then they should have done a fourth Bad Boys. They should have done a fourth Bad Boys called Bad Boys Forever. Just my opinion. Yeah, Wallow is the man. Wallow is the man. Yep, Gilly's the man as well. So successful. Sky's the limit for those dudes right there, man. Moody says, "Isn't Machine Gun Kelly a weed?" No, Machine Gun. I don't know. There probably is a bud called Machine Gun Kelly. Moody, you're gonna have to Google that and get back to me, bro. But no, Machine Gun Kelly is an amazingly talented artist. He's doing more of the soft rock and more films. More importantly, right now, he's got this Western out that I want to check out. Just because I've really only seen him in movies where he's popped up for a little second. I want to see something, a little bit more feet focused on him. But the Western, I'm going to have to check it out and get my thoughts back to you. Maybe I should do a movie review on it. I don't know if you all would want to see that from me, though. Ghetto D and Ice Cream Man, we certified classic in my book. You ain't wrong, bro. And it's got the homie from Odd Future and Jackass. Yeah, that's like I was saying. Machine Gun Kelly. I saw him in a commercial for it. Not sure if that was just a commercial spot. I would think more so it's for the movie. He's been doing so much movie stuff lately. It would only make sense. How do you like the new Key Glock song? He meant Key Glock, and I believe you're talking about Proud, right, Josh? Moody, what are you saying? Oh, yeah, what's that Western called again? Let me Google search that real quick. MGK Western film. That's all you really got to search probably for it. It's called The Last Son, and he plays a Wild West bank robber. Now, who's in it? Who's in it with him? I guess Heather Graham is in it. Oh, and Sam Worthington. Sam Worthington from Avatar. Sam Worthington from The Ledge as well. What other do you guys know Sam Worthington from anything else, or is it pretty much Avatar? Jay Brown says, "Don't trust MGK with his painted nails." Well, man, MGK actually gave me an interview. Way back when I lived in Florida, back in like 2012. I linked with MGK. He gave me an exclusive interview. So MGK is definitely good in my book, man. The fact that he would take the time. I actually filmed this whole show. They threw a midget into the crowd. They were like swinging the midget back and forth, and then threw him into the crowd. I filmed that shit. One of the greatest nights. Then one of his managers, I think a guy named Steve, actually let me get back there and actually do an interview with him. So I got a lot of respect for Machine Gun Kelly in that aspect. Josh Phelps. Time is it over there? Right over here. It is 11:15 on the dot, actually. Let me light this shit back up, you guys. I think I'm out of Red Bull. I got one more Red Bull, though. Yeah, you can find the Western. It's called the Last Son. Jay, you interested in checking that out? I mean, it seems to say that Machine Gun Kelly is one of the main characters, and like I was saying, I want to see him in a more main role. I want to see him showing up in, three-fourths of the film rather than just a little quarter of the film like he did in that movie Nerve. And I know he actually was in another movie that Megan Fox did. I want to say it was the one with Bruce Willis. So it was super B rated, C rated, but he was in the film with Megan Fox. So that's probably why they did that. Steve said Irish cream liquor. When it comes to liquor, bro, Steve, I'm really more so into Hennessy. Also, you see Twiz be rocking the Douce on the show. Douce is great as well. Probably a little bit easier to drink than Hennessy, to be honest with you, but not everybody has Douce. Everybody has Hennessy. And then I'm really a champagne guy. Champagne, Hennessy, Ciroc. Tito's has been dope. I never really tried it just because I'm not a vodka guy. I'm more of a Patron guy, more of a tequila guy. But Tito's is probably arguably better. Actually, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. And I hope nobody knows what I was just about to say. I'm not doing that. I'm not. Oh, yeah. Moonshine is major out there, Schizo. I remember I was in West Virginia. They had all different flavors of moonshine, man. What flavor of moonshine are you rocking with right now? Do you have like multiple on deck or you just got one? Skull rum liquor. Oh, is that kind of like the Skull Patron joint? You could buy I believe you could buy a Patron in like a Skull or some shit, right? I never did that shit, man. I ain't spending all that extra money on some liquor, man. First of all, I'm not even really a big drinker. You know what I'm saying? But also, but also, yo, major salute, Moody. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in. Where you from, bro? He said, by the way, this is my first time catching your stream, bruh. Smooth vibe in this thing. Hell yeah, man. We be relaxing. We do cover news topics, man. We usually have 2 or 3 major news topics we cover, and then we get to the open topics. But I also like people to shout out what city they're tapping in from, what strain they're blazing. And I like to think of it as the most interactive podcast, man. I stay in tune and in touch with the people, man. Jay says, you seen Megan Fox's last flick? It was good. Forgot the name. Better than Patron, Mikey T. Do tell me what you was about to say. Well, nah, bro. I wasn't gonna say that Tito's was better than Patron. I mean, that doesn't even make sense, brother. That's kind of apples to oranges. I was going to say that Tito's was arguably better than Ciroc. I mean, Tito's, original Tito's, arguably better than original Ciroc. Okay. But I'm going to take that back, man, because I'm not doing Diddy like that. I'm not doing Diddy like that because I'm a early repper of the Sean John jeans, Sean John. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Sean John guy. I'm gonna be a Ciroc boy when Diddy hits my line. So I ain't doing Diddy like that, man. I done bought 100 bottles of Ciroc. I never bought 1 bottle of Tito's, but I had it a few times. At the casino. Yeah, mostly at the casino because that's the best. They don't have Ciroc at the casino, and they're not going to just give you Grey Goose when you're, gambling at the casino and shit like that. But they will give you Tito's, and that shit ain't bad. I'm not going to lie. Share this video, everybody. We're talking about Wack 100 responding to the Master P diss. Was it a diss, or was it just a, get your shit together? Was it a check? Was he checking him? Will there be a diss in the future? Was it a sub? You know what I mean? Was it a right place, right time kind of thing? Did Master P have this planned? Or did Wack 100 make him come out his shell? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said earlier, I haven't heard Master P on a track since the record with Chief Keef and Fat Trell in the Louis V mob, which kind of fell apart. Smoking cookies in San Francisco, fam. Oh shit. That makes sense, Moody. Because if I'm not mistaken, is that where cookies originated out there? Cookies actually just put a store in here in Massachusetts. And that's why I've been able to get cookies so frequently. Right now, I'm actually, I got the Granddaddy Pluto. I got this other joint called the Supercharger, which Grandy Flory made. Grandy Flory does a E85. I got Collins Ave. Yeah, those are the three strands I got. I just finished. What else? What was the other joint that I had? I had Georgia Pie. Actually, had some Georgia Pie. Hoffa, what's poppin', man? He said Wack is a clown and a hater. Hey, man, a lot of people are saying that with him taking shots at certain people. It's rubbing some people the wrong way, undoubtedly. You know, it's undoubtedly going to rub certain people the wrong way, even if they were starting to become a fan of Whack 100, like we've seen happen. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, my guy PJ said, okay, that makes sense. I agree. It's arguable. Yeah, I wouldn't say nothing outlandish like compare Patron. I in no way would ever compare Patron to Tito's, man. Hell no. You ain't doing that, man. First of all, tequila and vodka give you two totally different feelings. You know what I mean? Patron, you're going to be wilding out drunk. You're going to be forgetting what's happening drunk. Vodka, you're going to be relaxed. You're going to have a bit of composure. You're going to say a few things that you wouldn't have had the balls to say otherwise. Tequila, you're going to be out there wooing like Ric Flair and Offset, you know? Champagne, I'm a champagne boy. I got that Bel Air Rose. I like Mikey T. That is not Bel Air Rose. That is actually Bel Air Blue. Yes, arguable is a word. Hoffa said Wack wants to be in the limelight. Well, you know, Wack has got himself back in the limelight. You know, Wack is back in the limelight because he's taking shots at some of the most famous or infamous, however you want to look at it, CEOs in the game. Now, my perspective on this is he dissed Suge Knight, but Suge Knight cannot respond as promptly. Sure, Suge can respond in a message or a video, but look what he's got out of Master P now. Wack 100 said that he made Master P get back on his feet. As if Master P at this day and age needs to rap to get back on his feet. I'm sorry, but it's not going to be a 50 Cent and Mobb Deep situation here. This is not going to be G Unit signing LL Cool J. Wack. This is not what Master P is trying to do. He's not trying to sell some rap shit. In reality, he's far past that, man. And honestly, even with all the E1 albums you dropped, you still can't touch the success that Master P generated at one time. It's just impossible. You know, we've seen you reach back, you know what I mean, and do some pretty questionable things. The documentary 2 being one of them, the documentary 2.5 being another. I'm wondering when we're going to get the documentary 3. There's been a couple questionable cash grabs for you to be comparing your label to TDE, my friend. I'm just pointing it out. Hoffa says Master P is a legend. He doesn't even have to address it. Haram the Don in the building. What's popping with your G's? Haran says, Master P don't got to say nothing back, but I think you will. But Wack no 100 is corny. Wack no 100. Hit that like button, y'all. Official Casino says, I can drink Patron all day without getting drunk. Well, bro, that's because you be sipping on that moonshine, bro. I'm just keeping it real. Schizo on that apple pie. That apple pie moonshine. Oh, that wasn't Casino who said he was drinking the moonshine, was it? Moody says, Whack 100 needs to stop acting like a school principal, though. Always calling people to the office. Yeah, honestly, man, it's like Whack 100. Can I get Master P to the office? Then Master P comes to the office and Whack is like, Mr. P, I'm going to need you to focus more on your rap career. It seems to me that you haven't put out an album in like, what? Stop trying to put out albums with everybody, Whack. You're not the. Why are you trying to A&R everybody's album, bro? Give it a break. Give it a break, man. Just because you done fooled half the generation, just because you done fooled dudes who were born in 1997, like Stitches, you know what I mean? Just because you done whooped a few dudes' asses and got them to sign to you, that's not what everybody does, man. Look what happened when you stepped up to 21 Savage. Look what happened then. I'm just being real. Don't be trying to challenge anybody that really is moving like that. Because Wack said, you when you ask them about Wack, they say Wack is moving fast. They say Wack is moving fast. Bro, you didn't even get the situation going with Mimo 600 to be moving fast. Blueface is only popping in Europe for you to be moving fast. What did you get those European connections from? You went over there with the game? That makes sense to me. He goes over there with the game. He gets all the connections. Czechoslovakia, Sweden, Ukraine, Germany, France, UK. He gets all the connections when he runs around to each city with the game, and then he comes back and then, yo, we got this dude with that busted down Tatiana. And then he uses it all like that. It's a no-brainer. It makes obvious sense what the man is doing. Now, that's why I kind of like look at what Mimo 600 did, and like I kind of like, damn, dude, you kind of blew an opportunity. Unless Mimo 600 is in a position where he really can't even travel outside of the country, because Wack 100 was about to put him with Blueface, allegedly. You know, he said Blueface said he would build with him and shit. So you kind of cost yourself an opportunity there, man, because that's one of the issues with a lot of the guys in the 300 camp. You know, a lot of those guys really didn't get an opportunity to travel outside of the country to make their name. So if you would have got that, Mimo, you would have been a little bit ahead of the rest of them. What's popping, y'all? Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Master P came out with the Sugar Skull rum. Damn, you're tempting me to Google that right now, bro, but I bet you it would be kind of hard for me to find. Hafa says Master P owns many businesses, doesn't need rap, and 75 million sold. He doesn't need rap. That's what I was saying as well, because Wack 100, who responded after, Master P dropped the record, look at these haters. Master P responded, little old me got P back on his feet. Pray, pray, pray sign. I must have struck a nerve. Yo, yes. Wack 100 certainly struck a nerve, because some of the things that Wack 100 said, nobody else in the industry has said that shit. I never heard Birdman come out in an interview and say that Master P can't touch me. Birdman never did an interview talking that much shit. All the shit that Wack 100 just talked on Master P. I find that really, really disrespectful to Whack 100's relationship with Birdman. Is it going to come with a repercussion? I don't know. Could this cost Whack 100 Cash Money West? More than likely. Does Cash Money West still exist? They say it does. Blueface says, think about it. In his interview with Bootleg Kev, he said, think about it. I'm the only. So let's think about this. Let's think about it, guys. Let's put our thinking caps on since Blueface wants us to think about something. You're going to have to give me $100 to think about something, Blueface. But, anyways, so Blueface says, think about this. If I'm the only artist signed to Cash Money West, doesn't that mean that all the focus will be on me? Well, to be honest with you, it doesn't even sound to me like Cash Money West really exists. Roll up, bro. Damn. Moody says, I'm going to keep it a hundiddy, and say academics is more tapped in than Wack, in my opinion. Well, let me touch on that, Moody, because sometimes Wack 100 says things and you can really tell he does not know what he is talking about. Sometimes he says things and you're just like, dude, where are you? Where are you right now in the history of entertainment? You know what I mean? Like, do you not know what has happened in the past? Do you not know the history of the business that you claim to know so much about? Like, one of the chinks in his armor really showed to me when he was speaking about Young Buck. And he said Young Buck could star in the 50 Shades of Grey sequel. 50 Shades of Grey. You know, it's a book. There's several books. My girlfriend actually dragged me to the first one. Everybody went to the first 50 Shades of Grey, right? So Whack 100 is like extremely uninformed, saying that Young Buck would star in the sequel to 50 Shades of Grey. There have already been two sequels, I believe. There's at least one. I think there's two sequels to 50 Shades of Grey. These films have made hundreds of millions of dollars. And you're talking about Young Buck is going to be in the sequel? Bro, there's already been a sequel. Like, he doesn't know shit about the music industry. He doesn't know shit about the movie industry. Why is he handling Suge Knight's movie deal? And he's talking about a 50 Shades of Grey. He's talking about 50 Shades of Grey sequel. There's already been a sequel, man. So that made me realize half of what this man says, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Crimson Max says, I met MGK before. He's good peoples. Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly is a good dude. Like I said, he gave me an interview. You know, he gave me some time. Really good dude. I appreciate it. Sal says Blueface is not moving anywhere but out west. You know, Sal, Blueface had said, you know, after selling so many millions of units with the busted down Tatiana or whatever the hell it was called, he can still manage to move a million units, which is good. You know what I mean? That's good. But it still just shows like where did those other 9, 10 million people go that had originally bought your shit? You know, he lost out on a little bit of the fans. Tanya says Wack needs to stay out of people's pockets. Hey, he's trying to get in the mix. You know what I'm saying? But oh shit. But what did Master P tell him? I just said he's trying to get in the mix, right? But Master P told him, he said, tell me if you hustle, it really ain't hard to get. Tell me if you hustle, it ain't really hard to get. You can get yours, I got mine, so stay out of my mix. Mr. Master P doesn't want this dude messing around with his business. Mimo 600 doesn't want this dude messing around with his business. So Wack, I mean, you're going to have to go find somebody that wants you to mess around with their business. You know, you're going to have to push another artist. I suspect Wack does have other artists that were less fortunate to have a buzz than Mimo 600. That's why I say this opportunity he had to expand has just blown up in his face. He had an opportunity to expand with a Chicago artist. Just because he wasn't signed with Little Durk, I think he was apprehensive. Wack 100 is Birdman's son. Moody, Wack 100 is a Birdman student. Jay Brown, Wack 100 is starting E1 West. Might as well be E1 West right now. I mean, they had the Cash Money West. You know, he could just be like, yo. So we had Cash Money West, but you know what it is? This is the perfect marketing plan for him too. We had Cash Money West, baby, but you know, we just took it independent. We was getting too much money. Too many people are starting to know us. So we wanted more dollars on each of the projects. So we decided to take it to E1. And I could see him totally flipping it like that. Yeah. Casino says Wack talks real fast and says a lot of shit not backed up by facts. He knows how to manipulate a situation. Yeah. Hold on one second. I'm trying to see what my man said. PJ, what was that in relation to? PJ, especially if you was in a relationship at the time you saw 50 Shades. What did you said before that? Give it a break, man. Especially if you saw. Is that what that was about? Well, Rick, we're not talking about Baby's brother tonight, brother. Tonight we're actually talking about Wack 100 and Master P. You know what I'm saying? Wack 100 telling Master P stay away from Nick Cannon. Stay away from Nick Cannon. It's interesting because Wack 100 should be aware that Nick Cannon just had Master P on his show. He had Master P on his show, and Nick Cannon told Master P face to face, yo, you're my mentor. You're a trailblazer. You know what I'm saying? He told Master P this shit. He's a trailblazer. He blazed the trail for people like Wack 100 to try and do what he wants to do today, following in the footsteps of people like 50 Cent, people like Suge Knight. The man's a trailblazer. But you know what? Wack 100 is going to soak it up. He's going to soak up the little bit of exposure he can get out of it. He didn't get enough out of Suge. Situation when Mimo went south. Don't know why they weren't able to connect. Apparently, Wack wasn't texting him back. They had some stupid conversation about, yo, you know, you missed my text. Yo, you know, your phone, you got two phone numbers, right? Like, what? Why is Wack 100 a music executive going through the same problems that somebody like me, somebody like you would go through every day with artists or friends that we deal with? Oh, why weren't my messages? Why were you ignoring my messages? Y'all got too much money to make to be going through that bullshit. Are you kidding me? Sounds like some dude just isn't as serious. And I'm not going to say which one it is. Sounds like one of these guys just weren't as serious about the partnership as the others. And you know what? That's what it comes down to when you get involved with the music industry. You got to live, you got to breathe, you got to sweat, you got to bleed this shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to live, breathe, sweat, bleed this shit. This is the music industry. We wake up to do this in the morning and we feel blessed that we get the opportunity. So, for some guys to be breaking up a relationship, a potential partnership worth millions, maybe not worth that bogus ass $45 million report I've read so many times, but potentially worth millions, to be messing up that relationship over a couple missed text messages. That sounds extremely petty. That seems like some extremely petty shit that would go on between people who weren't even really involved in the music industry. I'd probably be going through that shit with my friends back in high school, back and forth, missing text messages and shit. What are you dealing with, a Nokia phone? What do you got, a flip phone? What the hell's going on with the situation here? Jennifer says, how is he going to tell Master P anything? That's hilarious. They're going to get tired of his shenanigans, and they're going to start embarrassing him and blackballing him if he keeps it up. And it's going to be more than Master P that starts blackballing him. It's going to be more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be other people who just start to take him less than serious. Like, okay, you're only worth your last hit record, and Busted Down Tatiana isn't exactly hitting anymore. That's how the music industry is. You're only as big as your last important moment. And that whole moment with Suge Knight in the movie, that deal got blown too. So now you're 2 points down. You're only as big as your last hit. Same with me in this interview shit. Views. You're only as big as your last video. You know what I'm saying? But I got the ability to articulate and kick it on here for as long as I want and interact with the people, man. There's a difference. Jennifer says, that's right, Mikey T. You got to have the facts and some respect in the game, and asking for serious problems. Nokia flip phone, NokiaFlipPhone.com. Give me the $40 special, please. I'm only using this phone to talk to my music artists. Doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. But you know what I mean? I'm not really trying to discredit these guys like that. I'm just trying to give both sides of the coin. I really think they could have done a lot of things together. I'm not gonna lie about that, you know. You just gotta keep it a hundiddy and let that speak for itself. He got the jitterbug. Well, I mean, Chief Keef called him, man. Chief Keef calls anybody. Chief Keef calls anybody, you're gonna get the jitterbug. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, Chief Keef called. You know what I mean? Who Keef called? That's the shit I don't like. But yeah, Chief Keef allegedly told Wack 100 that he didn't mess with Mimo. I can see why Chief Keef doesn't mess with Mimo 600. They allegedly went through a whole situation where Chief Keef got to doing the race. Not sure if I 100% believe that. We'll have to see what happens with Mimo 600 in the next few months, you guys. Honestly, Mimo 600 is on one right now, y'all. I don't know what he will say next. He actually said he dissed Blueface after already knowing about the European tour. So this guy already knew about the tour and still dissed him anyways. Like, he doesn't give a shit right now, man. But like I said, there could be more factors to that. Like, if somebody's on probation, they know they obviously can't go to a European tour. Wack 100 could have known he was on probation and suggested Blueface call him on that note. You know what I mean? Oh, Crimson. Crimson says the documentary 2 was fire. The documentary 2 was fire, huh? All right. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the documentary 2. I want to see this on Wiki. I want to see what they had for tracks on there. And this was an album released on E1 and Blood Money Entertainment, which was the label that the game founded when he joined E1. The album was released in 2015. This album actually had followed Blood Moon Year of the Wolf, if you guys remember that. That was another album the game put out on E1. Like I said, he had put out a handful of albums on E1, almost the same amount that he had with Interscope. So what do we got for features here? So we've got On Me, and that's got Kendrick Lamar on it. He's got Step Up with Dej Loaf and Shasha. Not too familiar with who Shasha is. Don't Trip featuring Ice Cube and Dr. Dre. Wow. That's a good one right there. Produced by will.i.am. will.i.am did a record on the game's second album, I want to say. Somebody look that up for me. What the will.i.am game track, was it on the second album, The Doctor's Advocate? Wasn't too big on that record, but still it had some replay value. I won't lie. I wasn't the biggest on it, but I played it a lot. Standing on Ferraris with Puff Daddy, interesting. Dollar and a Dream with Absol. Made in America with Marcus Black. I don't know who that is. Hashtag with Jelly Roll. Not sure if it's the Jelly Roll that I know. Circles featuring Q-Tip, Eric Bellinger, and Taylor Shasha. Uncle skit dedicated with Future. Interesting. Bitch, You Ain't Shit. Wow. Summertime featuring Jelly Roll. Crazy. Moolah with Kanye West. The documentary 2, New York, New York. 100 featuring Drake, which was a cool record. Just Another Day in LA featuring Snoop Dogg, will.i.am, and Fergie. Wow. That album does not seem bad. You are right, man. I'm going to give that one to you, man. I might have to go and listen to that album. I don't think I've ever heard it. Maybe more than one time, giving it a listen through when it first dropped. Like, that's pretty much what I did for all of the game's albums following LAX. LAX was really the last one that I had in serious rotation. The Red Album, Jesus Peace, albums like that, I really never put them in full serious rotation. So let me see. I think it was The Doctor's Advocate where he worked with will.i.am. Nope. I thought he produced that song called Compton. I guess that was on the first album. I'm from Compton, Compton. Oh, I'm on the LAX album, excuse me. Yep, Compton featuring will.i.am. Yep, I know my shit. Moody says if Sosa calls, I'm fitting to answer, even if it's on my mama's phone. Yo, is that the Jay Brown? Is that the what is it called? Drillmatic? The Drillmatic album by Game. Is Boy Wonder doing that? I think the Game's next album is called Drillmatic, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't have any information on the album Drillmatic. Let me see if I can get any information on it real quick. Nah, it's supposed to be dropping this year. His last album was in 2019 on Entertainment One, E1, and it was called Born to Rap. And that one I did not listen to. Let me see. What was the last Game album I listened to? Yeah, it was 1992. But no, I didn't listen to 2.5 either. I did not know 2.5 even existed. Moody's messing with y'all. Moody's messing with the chat, y'all. Show him some love back, too. Damn, I got to roll up another one. I'm going to finish this off right here. Everybody still smoking or what? I like this comment right here. I'm about to pin my boy's comment. Where's that shit? Yeah, Jennifer, that album sounds dope, right? The Game's documentary album. I'm about to run through the documentary 2.5 to see what the hell was on that. I'm wondering, was it throwaways from the documentary 2 or what? So he starts it off with a New York skit. And then he's actually got Anderson .Paak, who we all know for famously linking up with Dr. Dre on Magnus Carlsen. Crenshaw and 80s and Cocaine featuring Anderson .Paak again. Gang Bang Anyway featuring J-Rock and Schoolboy Q, which is cool. The Ghetto featuring Nas and will.i.am, so he had another will.i.am track. It's like, why would you not put that will.i.am track out? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you going to sleep on this material? Why not sell it? He had a joint with Lil Wayne on this called From Adam. Let me see, when's this release? This released the same year too, 2015. And it did about 50,000 units first week, 48,000 first week. So he had Gang Related with Asia Bryant, who I don't know who that is. She's from Paterson, New Jersey. I'm gonna have to link. I'm gonna have to look into who that is. Might have to interview that girl, Asia Bryant. Somebody check her out. Last Time You Seen Me featuring Scarface. Intoxicated featuring Dion. I don't know who that is. Quick's Groove featuring DJ Quick and Seven Streeter, who was, I think, linked up with Chris Brown at a certain time. I thought she was his artist. Outside featuring E40, Marcus Black, and Lil E. Oh shit. Lil Easy E. Dope. Lil E made the album. That's lit. Up on the Wall featuring Problem, Ty Dolla Sign, and YG. Sex Skit, My Flag / The Homies featuring Ty Dolla Sign, J305, AD, Mitchy Slick, Joe Moses, RJ, and Scheme. Moment of Violence featuring King Mel's, JT Taylor, and John Connor. Like Father, Like Son 2 featuring Buster Rhymes and Life. Guys, wow. I'm not going to lie. The documentary 2.5 was definitely not a throwaway. Sal, what has the game's numbers been looking like? Well, Sal, we all know the game actually came out with Steam. His first album, you probably know, it did 500,000 units plus the first week. It was the highest of any G Unit released album. Um Now that was actually followed by The Doctor's Advocate. Official numbers on the documentary, just so y'all got them. The official first week numbers were 586,000. So that was the most of any G Unit album. Before that, it was Lloyd Banks's album. Then the Doctor's Advocate came out and sold 360,000 units. So the album's actually released a year, not even a year apart. Like January 2005 was the first album. The second album was November 2006. The game didn't want to wait. He didn't want to wait. And he actually only sold 226,000 units less for leaving G Unit. And his second album wasn't even on Aftermath. It was on Geffen. The third album, LAX, released 2 years later. It released August 2008, a little bit less than 2 years, about a year and 20 months, something like that. And this album, it did 238,000 units in its first week, right? 239,000 units in its first week. So that is now another 120,000 units less. So he's gone 226,000 units less from his first to second album. Now another 120,000 units dwindle from his second to third. 240,000 units nonetheless on his third album. From there, we go to the Red album. The Red album, which had that record with Lil Wayne, which was called Red. Was it Red Nation with Lil Wayne? Or am I just totally mistaken? Yes, Red Nation with Lil Wayne. And that's his fourth album. It's still Geffen, I want to say. Let's see. Yep. It's DGC. What the hell is DGC? Yep. DGC was an American record label that operates as a division of Interscope, Geffen, and A&M. So they moved him over by the fourth album, and he actually sold. Let's see. Can I get a number here? Excuse me, guys. I will have a number for you guys in just a moment on the game's fourth album sales. The game's fourth album debuted at number 1. Wow. The album actually only moved 98,000 units first week. Yep. Yep. So he went from 239,000 to 98,000 units first week. So now he has dwindled another 140,000 units, you guys. What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. We're going over the game's numbers. Sal wanted to go through it. If anybody has any questions, put them in the chat. So, so by his fourth album, he had only moved 98,000 units. So the game obviously knew he needed to do some theatrics to sell units, right? He just went down 140,000 units. So he came out with Jesus Piece. This is the album infamously associated with the 40 Glock beatdown. And this album actually did first week sales of 86,000 units, you guys. Everybody was made aware that the game was still on the scene. He only went down, what is that, 12,000 units from 98,000 to 86. He only went down 12,000 units in sales. So Jesus Piece was followed by Blood Moon, Year of the Wolf, and this was actually his first album on E1. So his last, so let me see, excuse me. So Jesus Piece was the last album on Interscope. Blood Moon, Year of the Wolf, which was actually a warm-up album. It was a warm-up album to the documentary too, to test things out on the independent market, if you don't remember. And it actually only sold 33,000 units first week. Why? Maybe lack of a single, maybe it was the fact that the title was nothing like you would expect a game title to be. Blood Moon, Year of the Wolf. Let me see. He had Yo Gotti on it. He had Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz, Soulja Boy, Chris Brown, Ty Dolla $ign, French Montana. You know what I'm saying? Tyga, Too Short, Bobby Shmurda, Young Jeezy. He had everybody under the sun on this album. And but it was really more of a warm-up album, though, you guys. I'm going to be honest. October 14th, 2014. And then the documentary 2 dropped a year later. And he actually sold 116,000 units for the documentary 2. And then, as I said, with the documentary 2.5, he sold 48,000 units, you know, because he released it. Wow. He actually released it a week later. He actually released the shit a week later, and he sold another 50,000 units. So he did really good. He had this project called The Streets of Compton, which is a soundtrack that was also released on E1. And it did 25,000 units sold, you know, so kind of like the Blood Moon album, another album on E1. Then he also had Block Wars. It was the second soundtrack, another soundtracked album. And it sold 5,000 copies its first week. Then he dropped 1992. 1992. Let me see if I can get a commercial performance for this. And that did 32,000 units first week. Not much promotion behind that. I kind of remember him just saying he was going to drop it. Let me see if I can get any info on Born to Rap. I can't get any sales on Born to Rap, you guys. But you guys see how it was going. You guys, Moody, Hate It or Love It was on the documentary, which sold 586,000 units first week. What track are you talking about? Chapo? Who's track Chapo? Only track named Chapo I heard was from Dark Low called El Chapo Cried. Yeah, 1992 had a little bit of a buzz around it. I think, you know, I think it may be just because I don't want to say what the buzz around 1992 was. I can't really remember, and I don't want to say it was just because he changed his Instagram emoji. All right, y'all. I'm gonna bring it to y'all now. Anybody have any open questions? Hit me with them right now. I'm about to roll something up. Let me get something rolled up here. Okay, where's my papers? Let's do it. Colossal says, do you think Drillmatic will do well? I mean, to be honest with you, man, the title doesn't make too much sense to me. The title doesn't make too much sense to me. You know what I'm saying? The title doesn't really make all that much sense to me. I'm kind of wondering where he's going. I mean, I guess he's probably going to go on that, the drill vibe. But maybe he's on some Snoop Dogg shit where he's going to start doing like all these different styles of music or something. Like Snoop Dogg, ventured into, different styles of music. Maybe the game will, do different styles of rap from different, cities and shit. Am I going to listen to it? Maybe. I haven't really listened to a lot of the game's material like I was saying since really LAX. I really haven't listened to the game all that much. I feel like the game was kind of discredited during that period when he dropped LAX. He had a couple amazing singles. Didn't he have Keisha Cole on one? Games Pain. Was that Mary J. Blige or Keisha Cole, you guys? Okay. Definitely a play on Illmatic. Ooh, I like it. I like it because it's like the drill of New York currently, plus the Illmatic of Nas's culture from New York. Yeah. Will it do a bunch of units sold? I mean, I don't know, man. I think honestly he should be doing the documentary 3. If you guys notice when he did the documentary 2, he had a major sales spike. His fourth album did 98,000 units first week, right? And then after that, the only album of his to do over 100,000 units was the documentary 2. So I think he should really capitalize on that, you guys. He did the documentary 2.5. He actually released that a week later, which was smart because he moved another 50,000 units. Maybe he should have waited a year. But honestly, you guys, I think he should go documentary 3. I think he should go documentary 3 4, documentary 5. I think that would be the best way for him to actually sell some units because everybody has that memory of buying the documentary. So it's going to do more streams, it's going to do more sales as well. I mean, come on, you sold 586,000 units first week. You need to sign to a company. The game needs to sign to a company, or Wack 100 needs to sign the game to a company that lets him produce the next 7 or 8 volumes of the documentary. Do it all the way up to the documentary 10. Open questions, though, right now. If anybody in here has any open questions, I will take them. That's right. Hit that like button, share this video, and right now you can ask your questions. I'm taking open questions from everybody in the chat. Anybody out there want to support the video? If you want to support this channel, if you want to see more videos like this, leave a super chat. That shit inspires me to keep going as well. Much love to everybody for just tuning in, though. This is the portion of the video where we've gotten through our topics. Also, I wanted to say, Pooh Shiesty, his court date, I'm not sure if I had said that earlier. I had mentioned that Pooh Shiesty was actually facing 8 years, but academics actually posted up that Pooh Shiesty will be sentenced for his federal firearms case on April 7th. Oh, yes, I did say that. Excuse me. But for anybody who's just tapping in, Pooh Shiesty is going to be sentenced on April 7th. Um, so you guys can tune back in then, and we'll have the official sentencing as well. Famous Dex also has been locked up 180 days for violating a protective order. Don't know what the hell's going on with Famous Dex. I think he needs to just focus on maybe making music at this point. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit less focused on even smoking big blunts, man, because you gotta you gotta control the drugs, man. You can't let the drugs control you. You know, and I don't have any bad feeling towards Famous Dex, man. I got a lot of thoughts in my mind that he's a cool dude, but he just needs to realize the opportunity. He just needs to realize the opportunity that was that's right in front of him. Haram the Don, yeah, he's bugging. He needs to realize the opportunity. He needs to what is the saying? He needs to wake up and smell the flowers, man, before those flowers they die. You know what I mean? Before they're not bloomed anymore, before the blossom is gone. Right now is this man's time. Straight drop is straight done. I'm just waiting to see what happens when he goes before the judge. Him and his Cody, they asked for a week to get a lawyer that's going to probably cost 100 grand if you're going to get a good one. 60, 70 grand, 50 grand just to show up the first time if they're a good one. And this guy's talking about he needs a week, like he's got 200,000 under the bed at his crib or something. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting for somebody to get the money together. I don't know what kind of waiting they're doing, wishing on a star and shit. But I have a speculation that the next time they go to court, the judge will be assigning them a public defender. That's just the way I feel about it, y'all. That's just the way I feel about it. Pooh Shiesty, we'll see what happens. I mean, April 7th, you guys, his sentencing is on April 7th. And here we are. Here we are, you guys. Jordans, bro. Jennifer, I appreciate you. Keep that fire content and facts coming on point like usual. Much love. Can't wait to see how your channel evolves and keeps growing. Well, this is the major step of evolution right here. Me jumping on the camera continuously. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. This is really the next step of the channel. This is what everybody has been wanting me to do for years. So I'm giving it to them. You know what I mean? I'm giving everybody that. Damn, his mom said she was going to get a lawyer. This is just a serious case. This is just a serious case that Straight Drop is facing right now. And, I've said it before, I'll say it again. He didn't expect to be incarcerated right now, even though he's committed one of the most heinous crimes that you can commit. He kind of expected to be out, like I don't know what the hell he expected to be out doing, eating fettuccine and filet mignon or something like that. Is that what you expect? Dude, you did something that is gonna cost you the rest of your life and put you in a jail cell, from what the judge said, 61 calendar years, 60 calendar years. That's what their life sentence is, 60 calendar years. You did that to yourself out of a jealous rage, when in reality, the eyes and attention was on Straight Drop, y'all. Straight Drop did have a lot of attention. Straight Drop had a lot of attention, more attention than anybody in this room, y'all. Straight Drop had 100,000 people watching his videos. I saw the video, 107,000 views. This guy had the opportunity to make so much of his career and he shit on himself. Like, I can't even believe that. That's like me. Like, a lot of people be saying to me, Mikey T, you got to look at your opportunity. You got to look at where you are in life. You can't go out there and do dumb shit. So look at a man that's doing 100,000 view on his videos. You know what I'm saying? And then he goes out there and he does some reprehensible shit that's going to cost him his whole career. And he did it. He did it. He did it to himself. Josh Phelps says he told the judge he was innocent. Well, Josh, you see, bro, when you go to court, you don't go in there and plead guilty right away. You see what I'm saying? You don't go in there and plead guilty right away. I was having a conversation with one of my close friends about this the other day when it came to going to court. Like, if you feel like you're really right about a situation, you don't go in there and say, yes, this guy did X, Y, and Z, so that's why I did A, B, C. Oh, so you felt the need to go and do that because he did this, and now you're just admitting it right in front of me today? Well, you're guilty, and this is what's going to happen to you. So when you go before a judge, you do not say guilty right off bat. You don't just go tell him you're guilty. And for somebody like me, who's like a vigilante type of guy, my friend was telling me, if you ever do some vigilante type shit, you just don't go in front of the judge and say, oh, yeah, I did it because it was right and he deserved this because of that and this, that, and third. You never do that type of shit. But also, man, you just gotta let justice take its course. You know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't think Straight Drop was gonna get arrested so quickly, but in these interviews after the court sentence dates and shit, the police and the feds or the DA, whoever the hell's taking this case, they said the people looking for Straight Drop, they did not stop for days. They were at it for every hour of the day. Like, they really took an intense consideration for this case when it came to the loss of young Dolph. And sometimes that's just how, like, us as the fan, we want to know that somebody actually gives a damn. You know what I mean? It's like, does nobody care? Does nobody care? Can people just do this? You know what I mean? Different situations like that. So young Dolph's situation, now it's playing out in court. It's probably going to be going through court for quite a while. It's not going to play out in any matter of self-defense like some other cases, like kind of what we're witnessing with King Von and Little Tim's situation. That's looking like it could possibly play out as self-defense. We'll have to wait on that situation as well, But yeah, man, I'm going to take the last questions. If anybody's got any other questions for us. All right, Crimson Mac, major salute to you, brother. I definitely appreciate you for tapping in. Punjabi hip hop. Oh, yeah, man. I'm a big fan of the Punjabi death match, actually. Wasn't it the great Kali who starred in that one? Last questions, y'all. Anybody got some last questions? I'm about to go watch some good shit tonight. I was thinking about watching that new Adrian Brody movie. Adrian Brody. Something called The Cleaner or something like that. But I want y'all to remember Slapface, the new movie that I have a brief cameo in. Slapface is dropping February 3rd. February 3rd. Slapface is dropping on Shudder. And if you're into horror films, man, you're going to love this one. You guys are going to love this one. But also, if y'all want to follow me, and I'd appreciate if y'all did, Whoever follows me, I'll follow you back immediately right now. Follow Mikey T for a follow. Everybody that follows me right now, I'm going to follow you guys back immediately. Don't waste no time, y'all. Everybody that follows me right now, I'm going to follow y'all back. Appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight, man. It was a live show, man. Friday night. You know, you got to be ballsy to go live on a Friday night, but I know my fan base tunes in, man, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll see you on the next episode.